Ever had your Bundt cake stick to the pan, turning your masterpiece into a crumbly mess? Been there, done that. Today, I'm showing you how to properly grease a Bundt pan for the perfect chocolate Bundt cake. Trust me, this step can make or break your cake. With the right tips and tricks, we'll make sure your dessert slides out beautifully every time. Let's dive in and save your cake from a crumbly fate. First, I grab 1 tablespoon of vegetable shortening and a pair of disposable gloves. I spread the shortening generously into every corner and groove of the pan using my fingers. Those intricate patterns may look beautiful, but they're cake traps if not well coated. Think you've added enough shortening? Add more. When it comes to greasing a Bundt pan, too much is just right. Next, I take 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder and dust the pan. Why cocoa? For chocolate cakes, it blends seamlessly. Flour works too, but it leaves a pale residue that screams, "This baker rushed." I shake the pan for even coverage, flip it, and tap out the excess. Your Bundt pan is now a runway for a perfect cake release. Here's a tip. Don't skip the cocoa powder. It's your cake's smooth escape plan. Without it, you're risking Bundt roulette. Trust me, not worth the gamble. Greasing a Bundt pan isn't just a step, it's the step. Trust me. I've had my fair share of disasters. Imagine proudly flipping your cake out of the pan, only to end up with half a cake on the plate, and the other half stubbornly clinging to the pan like it's protesting. It's heartbreaking. Whether it's chocolate, caramel, or any cake, a properly greased pan is the difference between serving a showstopper or frantically making frosting to hide the mess. Let's avoid the drama, shall we? Recently, I took some advice from a viral short video on how to perfectly grease a Bundt pan. It looked simple and picture perfect in the video, but when I tried it, my cake refused to come out of the pan. It was a sticky mess, and let's just say I had to declare that attempt a total loss. Lesson learned. Not all advice is foolproof. If you're curious, I shared the whole sticky saga in another video. Go and watch it for a good laugh and a cautionary tale. Now, after refining my own method through trial and very sticky error, I'm here to share my foolproof tips so you can avoid the same disaster and get it right the first time. Here's a tip from someone who has baked many Bundts. Always go for a metal Bundt pan over silicone. Metal pans conduct heat more evenly, giving you that perfect golden crust that makes mouths water. Silicone pans might look modern and sleek, but they can lead to uneven baking and a cake that struggles to hold its shape. Trust me, I've learned this the hard way. For this recipe, we need a pan that gets the job done right, and metal is the way to go every time. I hope you're enjoying learning how to grease a Bundt pan for a chocolate cake as much as I am. If this recipe has inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss my baking adventures. Ever wondered what could go wrong when greasing a Bundt pan? I've shared my full experience, sticky disasters and all, in another video. Go check it out for a good laugh and a few lessons learned. Here on my channel, I blend food photography and baking tips to help you create desserts that impress. Be sure to explore my Bundt cake playlist for more baking inspiration. Thanks for joining me on this chocolatey adventure. Happy baking. Now comes the satisfying part, adding the batter. I pour the chocolate cake batter into the pan, making sure to get it evenly distributed. A quick swipe with a spatula ensures the top is smooth and it's ready for the oven. Pro tip, give the pan a little wiggle to release any air bubbles. It's like tucking the batter in for a nice even bake. Curious what I'm pouring in the middle? That's the caramel filling for Bundt cake, a gooey, sweet surprise that makes every slice unforgettable. Let me tell you about the Bundt cake. It's a dessert with a history as intricate as the pan it's baked in. It all started with a traditional European cake called Gugelhof. Picture this, a yeasted cake filled with nuts, raisins, or fruit, baked in ornate pans and served at celebrations. It wasn't just dessert, it was a symbol of festivity and warmth. Fast forward to the 1950s, and we have H. David Dahlquist and his wife Dottie to thank for the Bundt pan as we know it. They took inspiration from those old European molds and created a lightweight aluminum pan under their company, Nordic Ware. But here's the kicker. They added a little T to the word Bund, which means bundle in German, to trademark the name. Clever, right? Now the Bundt pan didn't really take off until 1966, when the Tunnel of Fudge cake made its debut in the Pillsbury Bake Off. It won second place, but first in the hearts of home bakers everywhere. That gooey, chocolatey center was a game changer, and suddenly everyone wanted a Bundt pan. Today, Bundt cakes are all about versatility and flair. From simple pound cakes to elaborate creations draped in glazes and garnished with edible flowers, they've become the ultimate showstopper. Whether you're baking for a cozy family dinner or a festive holiday bash, a Bundt cake is like the life of the party. Always reliable, always a crowd pleaser. With the pan ready, I place it on the middle rack of a fully preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And yes, fully preheated means all the way hot, no shortcuts. Baking times can vary, so I start checking for doneness around the 40-minute mark. The smell of chocolate wafting through the kitchen is usually a good hint that you're close. After baking, I let the cake cool in the pan for about 10 minutes. And here's the part that always feels a bit like a game show: flipping the cake. I place a cooling rack over the pan, hold my breath, and flip it over, holding everything tightly. If you've greased properly, the cake should slide out like a dream. If not, well, let's just say that's what frosting is for. This part is like the moment of truth in baking. Will it come out in one beautiful piece or leave you with a jigsaw puzzle? Thankfully, with the right prep, it's almost always the former. Almost. And there you have it. A perfectly baked chocolate Bundt cake that slides out like a dream. No crumbs, no stress, just a gorgeous cake ready to impress. If you're curious about making the perfect Bundt cake, check out my Bundt cake playlist for more tips and tricks. See you in my next video, and happy baking!